my sun rays, it's your girl Twan, and I am back with the new video. So in this video, you guys, I am prepping for the 7-day liquid challenge that Miss Linda on Linda's Journey is doing along with her husband Michael. And then Miss Toy stated that she didn't want to do the 7-day liquid because she knew she couldn't do it. So she was going to incorporate fruits and vegetables along with her liquid. So I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. I did join Miss Linda last month and I completed 2 whole days of the liquid fast. So I said, well, this time I'm going to do both, the liquid along with the fruits and vegetables. So here I am. I am going to make a pot of red beans and a pot of black beans. And I'm starting off with using just 1 cup of beans in each pot, and I'm gonna let them boil for maybe about a good hour, just so they can get nice and tender, just like I like them. When using dried beans, I always rinse my beans first before I add more water to them, and then begin to boil them on medium high. When cooking my beans, I always like to add some fresh boiling meat, like some smoked turkey wings or smoked turkey necks or some type of smoked neck bones. But because I'm not doing meat, I'm just going to add a little salt and a little bit of Twan's Complete Seasoning. If you don't know what Twan's Complete Seasoning is, just like Body Complete. I use the same ingredients, except I omit the salt inside of it and the MSG, because those things make your girl swell and have a lot of edema, and I don't want to be having all this edema and swelling in my limbs. Now I am going to take this butternut squash and I am going to cut it in half. And this thing is kind of hard to cut, honey. Ooh, I see why some people just go ahead and boil it whole or bake it whole, but I don't know. I just want to cut mine in half. This is how I've done it before. And I just take a little oil and put on top of it, and then I put it in the oven on a baking sheet, and then just let it bake till it softens, and then I scrape it out of the outer peeling. It's so much easier to do it this way to me. So much easier. Next, I am going to take a red bell pepper, rinse it off, gut it out, and I'm going to just take half of it and put some of the olive oil on it and put it on the baking sheet with the butternut squash, and in the oven it goes. I'm gonna then repeat the same steps with this spaghetti squash. I saw Linda's Journey sauteing spaghetti squash with some onions and peppers. So I am gonna do the same thing because I've never done that before. I've baked my squash before, and then I just add, my spaghetti to it, but I've never actually sauteed it like that in olive oil with peppers and onions. So I'm gonna try it and see if I like it. Thank you, Linda's Journey. I'm just chopping up the peppers right now, and then I'm just going to place them in a bowl when I get ready to saute the spaghetti squash after it has baked. I put it in the oven on 400, and I'm going to let it bake, you guys, probably for about a good 40 minutes. I'm going to say 30 to 40 minutes until I see it kind of blackish a little bit around the rims. I like for it to be blackish around the rims, and that way I know it's done. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just not a timer. I don't measure when I cook, and I don't time. I don't know. That's just how my mom taught me. My mom and my great aunt. They just, yeah, it's hard to explain. Now I am going to cut up a green pepper and onion, and I'm going to put this to the side for my soup that I will be making as well. Yes, your girl is making butternut squash soup as well. I thought it would be so much healthier to make my own versus buying the kind from Panera because it's so full of sodium. I think it was like 1,500 grams of sodium or 1,200 grams in one bowl. That was just ridiculous. Too much. Y'all already know. I'm trying to get off this hypertension medication, and eating stuff with that much sodium is a no. It's a no for me. You guys, I just thought I was recording, and I did not record the first step when I started sauteing the onions and peppers by itself first. Then I added the okra, and now I'm adding the seasoning. This seasoning I'm adding, you guys, you're going to see me add different types of seasonings. All it is all the seasoning that's inside the body of complete. It's just that I didn't have a chance to mix up another container of it, so I'm just adding a little bit of all of the different seasonings into the pot. Everything except the salt and the MSG. Now I am going to go ahead and add in a bag of frozen corn, a can of diced tomato. I really prefer stewed tomatoes, but Aldi's doesn't sell stewed tomatoes, you guys. And I bought all the items from Aldi, so next time I have to go to Publix to get my stewed tomatoes. I'm going to add like a half a can of water, put the lid on it, and let it simmer for about a good 10 minutes because I don't like for my okra to overcook. I like it to be like halfway done with a little crunch to it. Now I'm going to saute some cauliflower rice with a little olive oil, and this is what we're going to add our okra and tomatoes and corn to. Okay. So right here I have a bowl of brown rice that I previously made. It was in the freezer. I took out the freezer, and now I'm just adding it to the 2 containers for my husband, because I told him I'm not going to be cooking, so I'm going to make sure that I pre-prep some things for him as well to have. So here I'm going to take the brown rice. I'm going to top it with the same okra, tomatoes, peppers, and corn for Clydeston. And instead of using black beans and red beans for his protein, I put some turkey sausage in the air fryer. And so I only put it on 7 minutes. And now I'm going to go ahead and put it on top of his. And once it cools down, then I'll put it in the refrigerator so he can pull it out to eat if you want to eat it for lunch or dinner. And then I'll have mine for my choice of lunch and dinner as well. It's very important, you guys, when you're on a lifestyle journey, that you have to consider your family as well. And your family has to compromise with you as well. And that's one thing I can honestly say I'm grateful and I'm thankful for my husband, that he has compromised with my weight loss journey thus far. And he is willing to eat some of the things that I eat, but not all. So he is okay with me preparing things ahead of time for him. He has agreed that I can prep him at least 2 to 3 lunches per week. And although he's home because he's having surgery, I'm still gonna prep his stuff for him to eat on, like I normally would do. A closer look at the meals. We have the cauliflower rice, topped with the okra, peppers, corn, and onion. And then I put black beans on 2, red beans on 1. And then here's the 2 I did for Clydeston with the turkey sausage and the brown rice, instead of cauliflower rice and the beans for his choice of protein. How does it look, you guys? How does it look? Nice and healthy. Now I am taking the spaghetti squash that is done. I've let it cool, and I'm just taking it with the fork so that I can go ahead and add it to this pan of sauteed peppers and onions with olive oil. Now I'm going to add about 3/4 of a container of Alfredo sauce that I purchased from Aldi. I've used this before for another meal, and since I had some left, I decided, you know what, it's still some good, so go ahead and add it to your spaghetti squash. I have added to my spaghetti squash before with some chicken, and it was delicious, 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 delicious. Now I'm going to plate it up. I'm going to do 4 containers. I'm going to do 2 with red beans and 2 with black beans for my choice of protein. Now this is where I begin making my butternut squash and pumpkin soup. Yes, yes, yes. I love it, I love it, I love it. I ended up getting this can of pumpkin from Aldi because Aldi had really large pumpkins. They didn't have any small pumpkins or any pumpkins cut in half or, a quarter or something like that, like most grocery stores have. I'm going to add some honey to it as well. And then I'm going to add some coconut milk. Now I'm only adding a little bit right here, but as I keep blending, I realized that I needed to use the whole can of coconut milk. So you will see that it gets a little thinner as I continue to blend. And then on top of that, you guys, I needed to add something else to it just to make it a little bit more thinner. So I decided to use some bone broth. Yeah, so this is where I'm gonna give Miss Kim J, Sweet Healthy Life, and Miss She Is Tamika. If y'all not following my sisters, I suggest y'all go follow them out. I'm gonna give them their little brownie points because the bone broth actually was a hit. It actually gave this a really good taste. It really did. When I ate it for lunch the next day, it was delicious. So girls, I guess y'all back on my good side. And I'm gonna end this prep by preparing my Clear Oath nutrition drinks for the week, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. I wanna have at least one of these along with my lunch just to give me a little bit more extra protein, or either I may just have it for my 2 o'clock, 2:30 snack at work. Because normally around 2 o'clock, 2:30, I get a sweet craving. And what I've noticed, if I put this container in the freezer and let it get kind of icy, it's really, really good like that. And you guys, unfortunately, I made a mistake and deleted the footage of everything lined up on the countertop. So I'm sharing with you right here me eating the okra dinner that I prepared with the black beans on top of the cauliflower rice. Thanks so much, you guys, for joining Traces of Twan's Life. Have a God bless day.